I think the biggest thing is that he's 3 years older. When I got him, he was an 18-year-old kid. He was supposed to be going to prom his senior year, and instead instead of being on the island, he was in Orlando, Florida. And now, he's lived a ton of experience. And so what he's been through to get him to this point, there's been great experience that he's had that's gotten him here, and there's continual growth every single day. So he's a guy that wants to be coached. He wants to get better. Good's not good enough. He understands that. So he's been a lot of fun getting back with him. It's a different release, and fundamentally things are a little different, but besides that, nothing really. I think the last lefty here was pretty good, so we're gonna stick to it.
Does that have to change any conversation with Lebby, though, as far as Harrison played a lot of left tackle?
It has, and we feel good about both our tackles, really 3 or 4 of them, so we'll be in a good spot. Well, we don't want it to be common. That's for certain. Where we're at is we're trying to develop those other 4 guys every single day. Those guys are going to split reps, share reps every day, and until somebody really separates, they'll get an equal amount of reps. So it's not a great spot to be in with only having one guy throwing a collegiate pass in the room, but we're going to try to fix that as we move forward.
Is that a case? Do you have to coach any different once we get to games? Do you have to coach any different to protect Gabriel more, or you just?
No, I think you've always got to be incredibly aware of the depth in the room, without a doubt. But at the end of the day, we're still going to be a football team that plays incredibly aggressive, and we're going to operate the way we're going to operate for sure. Again, we've got to create depth, and you've got to live experience. I think that's the toughest thing that we stand here today through 2 days of spring ball. Proud of where we're at. We're nowhere close to where we need to be. There are a couple really talented guys in the room. Nick has done a great job, but again, he's in a similar situation to what Dillon was, right? He's a 17-year-old guy supposed to be going to prom, and instead we're sitting here coaching the heck out of him every single day and applying a bunch of pressure to him. But proud of him of how he's taken to it. The kid is just incredibly talented. He got a big-time future. He's got to get better every single day, but he will.
Looks like he's got a great arm strength.
He does. The ball really pops off his hand. He's incredibly natural, so that's exciting. Seen maturity. The guy he has operated at a high level as far as just being a human and being a guy that's done things right every single day. He's been incredibly competitive. He's been incredibly bought in. He's worked his butt off to get him to this point. We're 2 days into spring ball, so excited about where he's at, but proud of him because of his work ethic and how he's led in that room.
How do you think he can kind of fit into this?
Yeah, I think he can fit in a great way. I think we got guys that maybe don't have a ton of production on the perimeter, but guys that are incredibly capable. And it's not just 1 or 2. I think we've got some depth. So excited about Theo for sure. Yeah, I think it's just getting his legs underneath him. Over the last 2 days of practice, it's just getting back used to really running as much as we're running in practice. It's still different than what we were doing in those 8 weeks with Schmitty. Now he's out there and we're playing free and fast, and he's doing more running maybe than he's ever done in his life. So all those guys just getting their legs under him and getting a feel for it. Again, to me, it's the experience part of it. You got to live it. You can't buy it. You have to live experience. He's gotten that. He's had a bunch of good and he's had some bad. And so he's at this point right now. We're judging him on today and going to judge him on tomorrow and what he's done since we've been here. And again, just proud of him. Yeah, the expectation is for both those guys to play at a championship level. They need to play really, really well. Those are guys that set the tempo for how we play. The fastest units we've been on, the centers have done a huge part of getting to the football, setting their feet, and allowing us to play fast and pushing the tempo. So both those guys understand that. They've had great buy-in to it and expect those guys to play at a high level. There's a couple of things. One, he had a really good 8 weeks with Schmitty getting going. He's come prepared every single day. He's bought into what we're doing offensively. And then in the first 2 days of practice, something he does incredibly well is this guy attacks off the ball. He runs off the ball. He's incredibly competitive. He's hard on himself, and looking for him to continue to grow and be a big part of it.
What were your conversations like with him initially?
Yeah, I think just making sure that he understands his potential, and seeing how good of a football player he can be, and just trying to realize that we're not going to compartmentalize success in any area of our life. We're going to go to class. We're going to take care of our business. We're going to be great teammates, and we're going to work incredibly hard to make sure we get to where we need to be. But that's what it's been, and that's what we'll continue to stress. Yeah, it's really good. I think you look back, we've you know, we've been fortunate. We've had a bunch of success running the football with a bunch of different types of guys. So it's not just one style of player in the backfield that's created success for us in the run game. So excited about that room. I think we got a chance to have a ton of production out of those guys, and we're at a good spot 2 days in. Yeah, excited about Matt being with us. Have known him for a long time. To me, again, I've used the word experience a bunch, and so everybody in this profession, again, to me, the best ones are trying to grow every single day. So just having that earpiece for me, being able to lean on somebody, another set of eyes at practice, maybe seeing it from a different viewpoint is going to be huge for me, for the offense, for our football team. So excited about having him in the room. Yeah, and, you know, coming in 2002, a long time ago, it was, you know, understanding how to strain and what he was going to do for us, all about between the ears, and how we were going to defend the standard, you know, and best is the standard and everything that we're doing. And he sets the example and the tone. Obviously, it's coming from Coach Venables, but Schmitty every single day, you know, and those guys understanding that piece of it and what they're going to get. And the thing that I see in him today that I saw him in 2002 is consistency. To me, that's what the best guys in this profession do. They're the same dude every single day, to where players walk in the building, they know exactly what to get. They know exactly what to expect, and Schmitty's the exact same guy that he was in. Yeah, I mean, we're going to strain these guys and put a lot on them. We got smart football players. We got smart guys in the locker room, so feel like we can be really aggressive with what we're doing. We're constantly changing. We're constantly evolving, doing things different, you know, than we did last year, the year before, and 2 years before that. So, again, just trying to strain these guys mentally as much as physically to get us to where we need to be. So we'll be there by day 15 of spring ball. Sure, I think the thing that is the constant is the tempo, right? We're going to play incredibly fast. We're going to push the tempo. We're going to dictate how the game is played. That's where it starts for us. But we're going to be different than we were last year in Oxford, or 2 years ago in Oxford, or in Orlando. Again, to me, it's still all about changing and getting better and being different and finding ways to attack defenses every single year. So there's going to be a bunch of differences that people will notice as we get going. But again, to me, that's my job. Yeah, I think we've touched on it, but we continue to talk about, you know, player-led, not coach-fed. That is the deal. You know, from a unit standpoint, we want guys that can bring other guys along with them every single day. You know, it doesn't have to be me coaching it, Coach Gundy, Coach Beambo, Coach Finley, Coach Murray, whatever it is. We got old guys that have some ability to coach other people, and we expect that from those guys every single day. And I think the more you do that, the better it is. Everybody's got great knowledge of what we're doing. You know, it being year one, those old guys have really taken to it and done a good job of it.
For more information, you can visit TULSAworld.com.